I've decided. So, as you may know, for the past few days, I've been like researching and like trying to figure out the plan for the website, right? And today I've decided what to do. So basically, for the website, I'm going to be using a theme, which is going to be my shortcut, right? But in, the theme isn't going to be my end game, right? My end game is for me to learn coding and actually design it everything from scratch by myself. That's the end game. But for now, as a shortcut, I'm going to be using a theme. And when I was picking a theme, there was quite a problem, right? There was a few days I was looking through to see which one is the best, and I found which one was the best. Then I had to decide like the expenses I'm willing to spend, right? And this best one, it's actually a subscription based theme, right? And it costs a couple $100, I think, every year, right? But while I was researching, and because I took the time to research, I figured out that they actually have a special deal, a lifetime deal, right? During their first kind of like release, with like in the new year kind of promotion. I think it was a Black Friday promotion, but I feel like they done it on another holiday too, or like some kind of special day, right? So I decided to use another theme because that theme actually has many features that this best theme, I would say the best theme, because the best theme, right, it has a lot of features that is really extra, and it has essentials, right? But those extra features, that is what attracts people to the website, right? But this other website I decided to take, it also has essentials too, but it also has some other plugins or features that aren't included in the best one, quote unquote. It is included, but it costs like $120 for that one feature as an addition, right? But this other one is like the entire theme is like half the cost, and it has it there, and it's much better. I look through like each feature they have and compare each other, and that's why I decided to take this one as a start first. But during that meanwhile, when I'm reading, I'm gonna learn a lot. I'm gonna try and learn a lot and make features on myself that I can add on the best one, right? Even if they don't have a special deal, I'm still moving this plan. I'll still do the annual subscription, right? But for now, this is my grand plan, right? And then even okay, after I get that lifetime deal or subscription, I'll start to just keep going on learning until I feel good enough that I can do all of it myself and replace it and make my own, right? But for now, they are like my training wheels, you could say, the themes. And it's a clutch for me to even use them. Because you can rely on their support throughout your lifetime, right? But since I don't know much about coding or like how things works, I can use them and like make a child theme to really customize it as my own for now. And then after a few years, I'll start making my own. So that's the plan. And keep in mind, those features that they added on their website, they took years to do. Like they require like, I don't know, a lot of formal years of training. Like I don't know, they have to like learn the basics first, right? Which I don't even fully comprehend the basics. Then they have to go to university and take like a standardized course, and then after that they have to specialize after that. So it really depended on how many years, but I would say around like 4 years, if I was to be honest. And after that you learned it, you have to apply it, and then after applying it, you have to tweak it so that it's cohesive with your entire system, right? So it's going to require a lot of time. And right now, I'm just scanning the theme so I can just put my idea out there and just have it exist for now. And during that meantime, I'll add like more content. There's no point if I have the best theme and have like the best looking kind of website if there is nothing to share or learn of my goal, basically. And my goal is to make the website the book of knowledge for humanity, right? And while I was like looking for themes, there wasn't any like specific just education theme. All of them was revolved around like course selling, like a course selling website, right? And I thought to myself, yeah, I guess you really can't make a website without having some kind of incentive for people to use it, for like teachers to use it to sell like their courses and their knowledge, right? I feel like there is going to be not many people are going to be generous enough to just share this knowledge, right? There must be some kind of incentive. So I thought about it, and yeah, for like the just the basic like search, right? Just to ask a question and the page will come up. At first, I thought about like doing kind of like a form kind of section, and then like users can input their own like kind of explanation, and then they could be like voted upon from other users that do search them up and see like which one did they understand the most. But I feel like that's gonna be really hard to monetize. Like if there was like, I don't know, a question, like one question, and then there was multiple answers, how will you monetize that? Like, let's say like I want it to be like really open that anyone can answer the question, right? Then there could be 100, and then if like you put one advertisement on the side of it, everyone's gonna get really like low like monetization, and that is not enough incentive for people to share their like knowledge, right? So maybe that form section, that ranking form section for the explanation, as I said, I want it to be really simple. So simple that you can write in a few words that you understand, right? So yeah, users could probably like make their own page explaining the entire thing, but they can use like some kind of like code to identify the question, like what, like the 5 W's and like the H. What, where, when, why, how. Actually, that's 4 W's. Wait. But the main ones, right? The main questions, they can highlight it. And the entire page can be full of like what, where, when, how, like all that. Right? And then they can just highlight it, that section. And that section will show up to like if someone asks how, that section will show up on the how, and then other users how will show up there too, and then they can rank it there. And then if people can understand that subject and they want to learn more about it, they can click on your explanation, and that will open up an entire page, and that page will have an advertisement on the side, and then they can earn from the advertisement. So that will really incentivize people to participate in sharing the common knowledge of humanity, right? It will really progress the rate where people share if it does become popular, right? But even if it doesn't become popular, I will always try and put like content, maybe daily, if I can daily. But I feel like I come to the point that I can't like learn like something new every day and then write about it like every day. Maybe I can, but there are certain subjects that I have to like take days to learn and then to explain, right? Like trying to explain string theory. I guess you can really explain like basically you see cells as like particles, and then basically below the particles are cells. I mean, not cells, are strings of like like a string equivalent of particles of what we know now, right? So that's like the simple explanation, but for the in detail explanation, you will have to really explain it with like all the prerequisite knowledge, and it's because there are things that you can't really explain like really layman, right? You gotta get really in depth. But that's my idea. And I'm gonna try to work on a page like that. There isn't a page between like the in between the both. Excuse me. In between the both of those two themes. So I will have to make that my own. And there are features I thought of that both of them don't have. Actually, none of the themes I looked at have. So that's gonna be really special. I'm gonna try and make it really customized and make it my own. Right? Let's see. And speaking of like course selling, that's really incentivize more people to come to the website, right? There's subjects that aren't really objective, and what I mean by objective is like knowledge that is passed throughout like the generation, like language, like English, right? It's always passed throughout generation, and it's always the same, right? But for the more subjective kind of learning, they like people can also share that knowledge too through like I don't know course selling, and that's like the most incentivizing way to like ask people or have people come to this website, right? Because that's like the big bucks that you could say of like how they earn like from their sharing their knowledge, right? And plus, it's a really engaging way to teach, right? Especially like video versions. It's really engaging. It's like a teacher teaching you, right? It's like basically going to school. But the other way that I'm thinking of like sharing knowledge is like it's also the same, but it's more like a page from a book that you read, right? The other way through course selling is more like a teacher. And there's like functionality that is added that teacher can give like feedback, or they can be really engaging with the students, right? So that's another opportunity. And like there's no way that I can run the website without like monetization. I really need the money to like expand like this goal of mine. I need to like make servers in like other parts of the world. I need to like create advertisements so I can increase more people to come and then increase that income too, but also increase the more opportunity for people to share and people to learn from it, right? It's just dang, it's just you can't do it without money. But yes, I'll still do it if it never gets to that point. I'll still do it as a passion project. That is my goal. And then I might pass it along to my children, and then they can. Darn. Wow, I've been thinking too far ahead. And then they can pass it along to their children, and then the progress of humanity. It would be so exciting if you could just have like a book of knowledge that answers all your questions. Even though now it is coming to fruition through like Google, but since Google is it's basically a search engine, right? It searches everything, and it's not more specific enough into knowledge, like factual knowledge, and I want to make it as factual as possible, as accurate, as trustworthy as possible, right? But with Google, when you search something, sometimes you go to websites that aren't related to education, right? It's basically like a billboard for everything, right? When you search on something, it pops up like sites, like website, bunch of websites and stuff. It doesn't answer your question. It doesn't like there isn't a question that pops up at the top, right? And I'm actually quite ambitious. I might turn it into an AI like Siri too, right? I guess people are doing that, to be honest, right now. It isn't really an original idea, right? I guess you can incorporate it with Siri if like other companies want to partner up. That would work too. Yeah, that would work. It wouldn't require me to learn like how to build Siri. And I don't think I'm like I need a team to do that. So I'm going to need money to hire people to do that, right? Man, you really can't do anything without money, I guess. But yes, for the like subjective topics, they aren't long term, right? They are like learning like an older program of like Photoshop or something. Like it used to be like Photoshop CS6 or something, and then now it's like Adobe CC, right? Or like Windows XP turned into Windows 7, and then after that, no wait, it was Windows XP and then Vista. I totally forgot about that. That was pretty bad program, right? I mean, OS, and then it was Windows 7, and then right now it's Windows 10, and this is the latest version. And then further along, there's gonna be another Windows for sure, because there's gonna be a different type of like way to operate it. There could be a better way to operate, right? So there's gonna be improvements. If they they have to build from scratch again, there could be some kind of intervention of like a new like technological advancement, right? That requires a different OS than the traditional sense, right? But you get my point, right? It's like subjective topics that can completely be useless, you could say, because there's a better version of it. But I'm pretty sure like even common knowledge also does that too. But the more objective ones, they stay for longer, right? The subjective ones, they change within like years. The objective ones, they like change in like decades or centuries. So that's pretty much my idea. Now I'm just thinking of like what else can I add, or what else am I missing that I thought of talking about. No, there isn't much. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna use this yeah, that theme, not the best one, but that theme that I'm choosing right now, it isn't a standalone theme that is made from them, right? It actually uses a sister from the best one, like a sister kind of plugin from the best one. And they're using that as a framework to make their theme, right? So if I learn the sister theme, I can actually incorporate it into the brother theme, right? The sister and the brother theme. It's two different ones, but they can be incorporated into one. So I'm gonna be thinking about that. And plus, it's like a good opportunity to learn the older version. But I'm building my stuff for the new version. yeah, it's gonna be a long journey, but I'm passionate about it. Yeah, I actually want to be more passionate. I want to be so passionate that like it was like at the end of like it was like if it was like my last day on earth, like that kind of passionate. Like I how do you get that passionate, right? If it was really the end of my day and I knew it was gonna be end of my day, I feel if I were to be honest with myself, I would be working on the website. I would be like probably like crying out on my bed and like repeatedly saying I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to, and then keep crying until it reaches the point where it was gonna end. And plus, you can't really do much in one day, right? Like people have like all the plans set out. Like if it was like the last day, like they have like plans like going out, I don't know, going to like a amusement park or like going to a vacation spot. I feel like even if you go to like a vacation spot, it would take you like at least like hours before you reach there, right? Let's say if from North America to Europe, it would take like four 4 to 6 hours, and then if you go to Asia, it would take you a day, right? So if you wanted to like watch the Paris, like the Eiffel Tower before you like die and just like sit there and watch it, just to feel like the atmosphere, it would take you for like it would take you a few hours, right? And speaking of blades, if the plane ever crashes, I feel like when it crashes and it's like nose diving, I feel like I'll die from the shock that the crash itself. Uh, I just imagine myself like the plane's crashing. I'm like screaming and I'm like in shock, and then I just suddenly die before like the crane like explodes from the crash. Uh, I don't know. I wonder how people like get so passionate about it. Oh, there is a way that I can like. There's an easy way to make me like super passionate about something. But I don't know if you call it being super passionate. I need like a rival that I want to beat, or I need like a rival that like shit talks me and like beats me to the ground. That makes me like super angry. It adds like fuel to my fire, right? It just makes it burn, right? And like if I get like that kind of heat and energy, I could probably do anything. Like I would seriously like work the entire day, like 24 hours without like sleeping if it's like that serious. I want that. Even though that's bad for me, I need that energy. I don't know why it's not coming out. Even though I am passionate about it right now, right? I'm like changing a lot of stuff about me. I'm like exercising, I'm changing my schedule. At least I'm making progress every day, right? At least that's the positive side. I'm making even the slight bit, like the teeniest bit, there's still progress. It's still better than none, right? At least I'm still working towards my goal. So yeah, that's my thoughts on my plan and how I feel. So yeah, this is Ponder, and this has been me for today. I'll catch you guys later.